Good afternoon, July 12th, and doing my Sunday night kind of weekly outlook. Going to be looking at the weeklies and the dailies on this one. So, market did open as I'm doing this, but just want to give a quick overview here. So, starting with the S&P 500, we were trapped in this candle's range for quite a bit, 2 weeks in the coil, but we finally had to break a structure from a candle perspective and bullish. And we now have this as the new range. On the daily, I think biggest story here is we have made higher highs, if you want to move that here, higher low, and a higher high with a close. So we are in an uptrend. The point of the change of character line would be here to break below our lows. So far, even though we're opening, coming back down, nothing to really consider it retractive. And I'm going to still be looking for buy signals. Should we, as long as we stay above this line on the daily. Getting more granular for the week though. Here's our 240. We are in an uptrend. Higher high, higher low, higher high, close. So this big wick is the line to hold for the 4 hour to stay bullish. So that's a big one. The daily one's down here, but this is the big one on the 4 hour. On the 60-minute, kind of no change. And then on the 15-minute, I highlighted just the fibs. Another zone could very just well be all of this previous high rotational block here. I don't know. Gonna wait and see. If we have a reversal pattern sort of anywhere from now to down here-ish and see what happens, or if we break through. So looking for buys on the S&P 500 based on the daily being in an uptrend, the 4 hour being in an uptrend, and us pulling back into that uptrend. On the euro, we're still in the first weekly zone. We have not broken the structure of last time's, really of this candle from all the way back here. The second, we're still just in that zone. So we're just milling around. We haven't been able to break out of 10 days ago candle range. So quite interesting. If we do get a break of structure up, that's going to change my mind. But until then, we are in a downtrend. I'm treating this corrective. And in fact, on the 240, I've been sort of stalking this double top. And as we open, I'm going to watch and see how solidly we break this neckline here. Should we break and hold and pull back and all that, then I'll be looking to go short. Let's see here. What's next? So then gold, let's start with gold. So on gold, we're still in this weekly range from a few weeks back. Oops, whatever that is. Or no, yeah, June. So 4, 5, 6 weeks ago, we're still in there. Major buy candles are still holding. And while we are in a downtrend, it is corrective because we are in an uptrend overall. Daily, we have not broken out of 2 days ago, Thursday's range. We did have a bit of a break of structure and a bit of a double bottom and a break of that neckline. It's clear on the 4 hour. We did pull back into the fibs of this and then had this candle. However, this candle did not break the pullback candle. So still a lot of indecision as far as the daily is considered of whether we're going up or going to continue on the downtrend we were on. On the 240, we're getting towards a real zone of interest. So there is that double bottom on the daily, neckline break, pull back to it. But since then, we have entered into a bullish structure on the 240, coming out of that fib zone on the daily pullback. And we are not out of that structure unless we break this kind of 4063 level. So the reason I'm not counting this low here is we never broke new highs off of it. So this is still the primary low. That would tell me that the 240 is bearish, but until then, I'm looking for buy signals. And so with that said, we are approaching that same fib zone that turned us around last time. On the hourly, I find it interesting that if I just kind of this retractive pattern leading into it to the shoot up, this is actually the point of control in volume, this volume node here. So I find that very interesting. I find another piece of confluence to go long from around here. And then it's not just cherry picking. If I pull it all the way back here, it's the same. I can go to here, it's the same. I can count that candle, it's the same. So basically, however you want to count this consolidation to this pop up that change the structure of the 60-minute, that volume primarily happened in this zone we're waiting to pull back in. So gonna watch this 15-minute here, gonna watch the 5, but wait and see. Should we get a double bottom around here and a neckline break and all that? I'll actually be going long, and my targets would be this high right up here for now. The key level to watch a break of north is right here. Should we break out of this one, that's going to be really telling that we want to go up for a while, and I would definitely be targeting these highs, if not these ones here. And last but not least, or not last, but pound yen, we are opening a little bullish. We are in the range here of this last candle that did touch the top of the wedge. Just bring it in. Last week we did have this huge doji pattern that usually is a very reversal. But that said, we have not, if I look at don't count a one candle pullback, the line of the low for the daily that has to break for us to be bearish on the daily is way down here. So I got burned a little bit. I'm going to stay a little patient here. On the 240, we're still in an uptrend. So higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. This is the last major low that broke a high. And we have not, we technically opened on a Sunday, but then immediately flipped that candle. So I don't consider that a break. So we've not broken this line of this low. And therefore we are still actually bullish on the 240. So going to be looking to see what happens here. A break of this on the 60 would really help me. If we break this and hold above, I will be looking for buy signals. But before I start longing, I would need to see us break above the 60-minute one and hold to just kind of help me confirm that we are going to go back and match our 240 and our daily bullish pattern for now. I would probably get I would start watching very closely at the bottom of this wick of how much room we had to run, and probably targeting, I would usually say these highs, but just given this top up here, I'd probably be looking more like this zone, give it a little quick out if I need to. So that's what I'm looking at for the week. I have, so Bitcoin, I just don't see anything right now. On the weekly, we're just still in this range channel from a few weeks back in the zone of interest. On the daily, we did break a structure of this last day, but we're still not above this last high. So, and which is not above this last low. So we're still bearish on the daily. And on the 240, you kind of see it just more granularly, but we are not breaking through. Huge area to watch, these highs here. Should we go north, this could be considered a reverse head and shoulders or whatever. But as of right now, I really don't know. We could return back down here. We could go up. I don't see anything clean. And then on the weekly of oil, or on oil in general, so we haven't broken out of this order block area. I did think this was very corrective, this pullback from a few days ago, and that we would be, looking to long. But that said, we opened up with a huge gap up, so I'm not going to chase anything. On the 240, obviously, we are now where here's our new low, and here's our new high. And we did have a break of structure, so could be, if I'm doing anything, I'm looking for buy signals, but I don't want to chase this giant gap up on the on oil here. And oil, honestly, these days, with everything going on geopolitically, it's more one I'm just watching just to learn. There's too much news determined volatility of stuff I just don't control and weekend holding that it feels a little past my skill level, right? I'm more of a blue black diamond guy. This feels like the double blacks. That's better to just, check it out, roll up to it, but I'm not actually going to send this drop, I don't think. So that is what I'm looking for. So in summary for this week, euro, see if we break through. If this is a double top and we break through this neckline to continue on our more daily structure, which is bearish. On the 240, we are bullish, but a break of this would make us bearish again. So we're at a pretty big pivotal point. On the MES, I'm looking to long, especially as long as the 240 holds bullish, and looking for areas where I could buy in. More immediately and exciting is gold. We are entering an area of pullback and high volume, and this could be a big zone to purchase and go long, because we are in this uptrend on the 240, and we are at a major point on the daily where hopefully we could break above the structure line here of the candle. So we will see.